last time, though, that, like, it takes a minute for it to start?
Yeah, that's right. So our beginning got cut off, so ready to try again?
Hi, everyone!
Hi, everyone!
Welcome to week...
3? It's our 3rd episode. But it's
Third
the 4th
on
week.
Instagram
on
Live.
Instagram.
Yeah. So... Who we are.
Yes.
I'm Beth Shepherd. I am the Arts and Humanities Librarian here at the Marx Library.
And I'm Stephanie Evers Art. I'm the Social Sciences
My
Librarian.
knee looks really big in that photo. Okay.
It's just because
It's a photo, not a video. Okay. No, it's video. Okay, I'll keep my knee down. So this week on Instagram Live at 1:45, we're going to talk about something that I think plagues the existence of lots of people.
It has resulted in many tears and many extra hours of doing unnecessary research.
Which is why Stephanie and I are wearing our PURLs, today, because we want to talk about PURLs or persistent URLs.
Yes.
So, okay, so briefly, what is a persistent URL? Like, if you were to sum it up in, like, 3 words, well, it's got to be more than 3, because it would be persistent URL.
It is, in fact, a
Persistent Uniform Resource Locator. 4 words. No. Okay, so if you were to say, what's a persistent URL, what does that mean?
It's a link that doesn't change.
Yeah, that's about as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're talking about, it plagues the existence of lots of folks, is in library databases, people will often do a search, right? And then they'll find an article or any kind of resource, and they'll grab the URL like you would normally grab a URL on, like, the open internet.
From the top box of your browser.
And that's how you totally do it on the internet, and it's totally fine. The problem is, though...
That is something called a dynamic URL.
Meaning...
That it does
moving.
change. Yeah.
Right? And it does change. And the problem is it's dynamic because it's based on the search term. So it's every time you do a search, it generates a new result list, and that result list is... And then the results are based on that search, and so it's constantly changing.
So what that means is if you copy and paste that and send it to yourself, and tomorrow you click on it, you're not going to go back to what you
It's going to throw you an error, right? It's going to say, like, error, and give you the weird, depending on what database you're in, EBSCO's going to give you all the flags, which is such a weird error.
It is. It's very
Like, I'm like, all of a
confusing.
sudden I'm at the UN. Like, what happened? I don't know. It's weird. But it'll throw you an error, right? So, that is really frustrating, and I've seen it happen to faculty do it all the time.
Yes. And
students do it.
I had a student last spring, a sociology student, who had so
People are
much.
waving at
Oh,
us.
hello. We had, he had done so much research.
Oh my god, I know. It's so frustrating.
And had like a whole list of things.
Especially
and
if you don't save any other information besides the URL, like no title, no author, nothing.
And he had sent himself like a whole bunch
And
of...
then you have literally crap.
You've got to start all over.
Nothing.
You've got to,
Nothing.
if you're lucky, you might remember what you searched for.
So yeah, so the way to avoid that is if you're in any database, most databases will have an obvious option for either what they call a permalink, which EBSCO does. If you look over on, if you're in any EBSCO database, over on the right side,
Right-hand side, it says share.
it'll say share.
And it's a drop-down option, and it has lots of options for sending it to yourself. But the link, it says persistent link.
Persistent link. JSTOR has one. I think some of the other databases may just say link.
Yes, and it's usually, again, on the right-hand side, and you'll see that little link image, you know, the little, like, it looks like a infinity sign, kind of.
No, it's a chain.
Well, duh, it's a chain. It occurred to me. Okay, yes.
Kind of like the Chanel logo.
Yes.
But tilted. Like a chain, okay? It's like a chain link.
Two links in a chain.
Look for that, right? And sometimes, some of the databases, I can't remember which one it is, but it is buried and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, some of them, it is hard to find. And it'll be called link.
Yeah, it's...
Or sometimes it's hidden under share.
Share.
And then it will have the link option.
Yes. But the important thing to remember is do not grab the URL
from the top box.
From the Topsy box. It will ruin your day.
Yes.
So what are some other, so the persistent URL is the big one that's important, right? And this goes for, like, if you're trying to, faculty, if you're watching, don't share the short dynamic URL in your Sakai page because it won't work.
Share the permalink.
Share the permalink.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's the permalink, right, what are some other options, though, for sharing, like, let's say you're in a database, sharing your results with yourself not having to like
Copy and paste
the permalink every time.
There's almost always an option to email to yourself.
Yes.
And if you email it to yourself, then that permalink will be in the email. So you can just click it and it'll take you back. You can be really cool, and some of them offer you really cool, and share it on social media. I have noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying. JSTOR's trying to get you to do that all the time, and I'm like, JSTOR.
Who does it?
Nobody wants, my friends, although love me, do not want to see what I'm looking at on JSTOR. Like I promise they don't.
A really great article.
Sassy article about 17th century French theater.
But those options are there.
Yeah, you can do that. Also, in the EBSCO databases, there's a folder option.
The folders.
So JSTOR doesn't have a folder option. I know, I'm not sure about some of the other less obvious ones. I know Wiley doesn't.
And with EBSCO, though, to use a folder, you have to create a separate account. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember that is a separate account outside of your library account.
Right, so it could be whatever Gmail, or it doesn't have to be Gmail even, whatever email, whatever password.
I mean, if you're not using Gmail, what are you using?
That's true. What are you using?
If you're using Yahoo, we
there
have
any
got
other
to have a
email?
conversation.
Actually, excellent point. If you... No, the reason I mentioned
There's
that...
my knee again. Okay.
If you email yourself an article, it might get sent to your spam.
Oh,
So
good point.
If you're looking all over for it, check your spam.
Check your spam.
It happens
It
to me a
happens
lot.
to me all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gets dumped in your spam. Yeah. I think that pretty much, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about PURLs.
It's short and sweet.
It's
unlike
just-
the PURLs, which are usually long and ugly. Unlike bets. Bets are long and lovely.
I don't think they are ugly.
No, I meant like the pearls on the...
Oh, you
Oh,
meant
no.
the actual
I
pearl.
meant
The U.
The URL.
URL.
Yes. No. Pearls are actually
I
beautiful.
thought you were throwing shade.
No,
I was like...
no. I think your pearls are... That's my mother's.
I know! I was like...
Those are my mother's pearls.
Okay.
No. I meant that the permanent URLs are usually pretty long and pretty ugly, is what I mean.
Yes, but ugly in the same way like tires are ugly. They are useful.
Yes, and
like,
necessary.
and necessary. So remember, moral of the story, do not grab the URL from your little box at the top of your browser like you would any other place, right? Because that will not work for you, and you will not be able to find that resource again, and you will be very sad.
Instead, look for link, permalink, or
Share in some
share,
way.
or permanent URL.
Yes. And that really is the moral of today's story. Okay.
All right. So
we're getting so good at
yeah,
keeping it
we
to
are.
tiny little time
This is
bits.
awesome.
I know. Anybody have any questions? There's some people actually watching today.
Oh.
Thanks. But if you guys have questions about permalink, please do not hesitate to ask a friendly librarian or library staff member. They will know exactly what you're talking about.
And if you ever have trouble finding it, because like that said, sometimes
They're buried.
They're pretty well
it's
hidden.
frustrating. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the database that is.
there was one where we had to
You
go
just
through.
scroll
Yeah.
down
It
forever,
was like-
and it's like buried
I think it
under
was
like
one of the
LinkedIn, and you're like, who wants to share this on LinkedIn?
They were alphabetized.
Yeah, it was alphabetized.
I think it was one of our streaming video databases.
Maybe it was.
But anyway, it was pretty well hidden.
It was ridiculous. I was like, Flickr shows
Right.
up, but I'm like, who uses Flickr?
Totally need to share this article on Flickr.
I know, that'd be the worst way to share
Yeah.
an art. Anyway, like, it's buried.
If you have any trouble finding it, we can help you
We
find
can
it.
help you find it. Okay.
All right, so you're already following us on Instagram
Because you're cool.
because you're cool. If you are slightly less cool, you can follow us on Facebook.
Lame.
And if you are extremely uncool, you can follow us on Twitter.
Twitter! I feel like Twitter's in a bad way right now.
I never go on it.
Well, I mean, like,
You know how I update Twitter?
I mean, like, right.
I never touch it.
It's programmed. the Twitter gnomes do it. No, but I feel like they're in kind of a bad way, like,
They're
in
really,
life.
They're really uncool.
Well, and they're, like, senators are mad at them.
Yeah.
Things are bad for Twitter. So, like, yeah. Things are bad.
Don't buy stock in Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Which
If you
probably-
could, you
which
could
really would have
afford
been
it anyway.
It would have been a bad idea 10 years ago to buy stock in Twitter, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you're real lame, follow us on Twitter at what?
USA_library. That's how old it is.
Yeah, no, it's so old. Okay, so next week we'll be back at 1:45.
Yep.
And we'll be talking about
A brand new interesting topic.
you guys know that, like, a lot of the times we come up with these topics of stuff that we've seen happen, like, 2 days before or the day before or whatever, and we're like, oh, that would be a great idea. Like the PURLs situation.
Yes. We also have a list of things, but we're never really sure until we're right about to go on.
Yeah, I just got, well, the reason this seemed so timely, so I just got an email yesterday from a student who'd done the exact same thing your student had done, and I was like, ugh.
We need to talk about this.
There's no way I can help you.
And of course,
Like, that's the
we
sad, that's the
always
really frustrating
have our
and sad thing.
PURLs ready to go.
Ready to rock.
So,
Yeah, because then it's really frustrating in that there's nothing we can do to help you.
right.
Like, if you,
Yeah, I mean, the best we can do is maybe, like, do you remember what you searched for? Do you remember anything about the title?
Yeah, because if we have a title or an author, we can generally, like, sleuth it out.
Right.
But if we have some jumbly letters and some weirdness, we can't sleuth.
There's no meaning in any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike most URLs, which you can kind of
There's
glean some.
no meaning in life.
Yeah, just like life. So on that positive
On that very positive note, on the existential crisis that we are in,
it's not even Thursday.
it's not even Thursday. It's not even the beginning. It's not even the midterms yet. Whew. We will see you guys here next week.
We're giving you a reason.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bye, guys.
Let's go. I'm just gonna ask you again. Are you really sure you want to end it?
Do you want to end it?
Let's end it.